Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Tanisha Robinson. I have a PhD and I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and welcome to Social Work Exam Prep. So let's get into it. We'll start with a question that I actually really enjoy giving my social work supervisees during their clinical residency, because it is what I like to call a one of these things is not like the other question. What that means is that the question is going to probably ask you something there is potential for you to know all about or know nothing about. And that knowing nothing about it shouldn't stop you from being able to answer the question if you have an idea of one of the four answers doesn't sound like it meshes well, goes well with the other three. So one of these things is not like the other, and oftentimes that's the answer to this question type. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do this question. The first practice question that we're going to do is, which of the following is not a symptom of Wernicke's encephalopathy or Korsakoff syndrome? A, memory loss. B, confusion. C, vision or coordination problems. Or D, diabetes. So the correct answer is D, diabetes. That's not a symptom of Wernicke's encephalopathy or Korsakoff syndrome. Now you're probably wondering, what is Wernicke's encephalopathy or Korsakoff syndrome? And if I don't know what that is, how am I supposed to answer this question? Fear not. You didn't need to know what either of those two things were to be able to answer this question. I'm going to explain why. So in your answer choices, memory loss, confusion, vision and coordination problems, and diabetes, one of these things is not like the other. Based on the answer choices, if I was taking this test and this question popped up, I'd probably say that the thing I could rule out that doesn't sound similar is diabetes. Memory loss, confusion, vision, or things to do with coordination all sound like things that might go together, things that might have to do with the brain or cognitive processing, just in general don't sound like they're exactly related in the same way that diabetes is. The other cool thing to note is, at least from this standpoint, the question was asking you about two diagnoses and which of the following is not a symptom. Diabetes is a diagnosis, not a symptom. So the other three, memory loss, confusion, vision and or coordination problems, are all symptoms of something, whereas diabetes is a diagnosis of something and has its own symptoms. That's not to say that there's not other things that are listed there that could be affiliated with diabetes or also Wernicke's encephalopathy, but it was asking which is not a symptom as opposed to not a disease, and diabetes is a disease. So thanks for joining me for the question of the day. I hope that makes sense in terms of this type of question, or this question type being a one of these things is not like the other, and how that works in terms of you didn't need to necessarily know what the thing was that they were talking about to essentially rule out what the answer could be based off of all four of your options. I'll be doing more of these, posting more question types, more explanations. I'm also thinking about doing overall topic explanations, but for now we'll stick with questions and just going over questions. Thank you for stopping by. Happy exam prep.